Welcome to the Libatious Podcast.
We're your hosts.
I'm Ashley.
And I'm Kaiman.
Enjoy.
And we're back. We're here. After a while, we've made it.
It hasn't been that long.
When this comes out, it's gonna have been like 2 months.
Oh, dang.
Yeah.
Never mind. I lied.
It's
been a long time.
We're trying to plan ahead.
It's been a while.
This is gonna be recorded way before we put this out. Mm-hmm. So it's gonna be one of those. So if people actually start responding to us, we're not gonna respond to those things until whenever, I guess. I don't know. But we're going to still ask some questions and still respond to people. Just not in real time. What are you talking about? I'm just saying, like, on
you
Facebook.
Mean on Facebook? Okay, you didn't say that. No, you said we're not going to respond, or we're going to respond to people. That's what you said.
On the podcast. So if somebody was like, oh, you got this wrong in this episode, it might be like 4 episodes later before we're like, oh, we saw that comment and we got that wrong like 2 episodes ago. It's the schedule. We're trying to schedule so we don't get overwhelmed like we did before we had to take a break.
Yeah.
So, welcome to the Libatious Podcast. We're your I wanted to write something down.
He's trying to change it up now.
I'm changing things up a little bit. Since we had a break, I had some time to think about it.
Can we say our names and then you can say your little whatever?
Yeah.
That's how I think that's how you're supposed to do it.
Yeah, let's do that. Okay. This is the Libatious Podcast. I'm Kailan.
I'm Ashley.
And we're your married drinking buddies, or your favorite married drinking buddies. I don't know what it is. Who like to try new drinks and learn about them too, actually. So
you might hear my parents in the background right now.
Yeah,
so I apologize. I don't know what they're doing. It's not like they're
in a good mood, I guess.
Yeah.
So there's some laughter and laughing.
We might have it on the podcast eventually once we figure out this layout.
Yes, we're trying.
I think we should turn it this way eventually.
Have it this way so we have more room.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was thinking that the other day too. So we did have it like that when we first moved in.
Yeah, but it was easier to have this here because the door is like there.
Yeah. So I think and also we have a bunch of coats now.
We'll figure it out, guys. Sorry, we're still in the process.
So we're a little bit out of practice.
Yeah.
But such is life. We're back at it. We're trying to we want to have this be the podcast where we kind of like look back and we can see like the different phases of our lives. And I think having a couple months off just helps us like kind of recontextualize that. Anyway, let's move on to the reason for the season.
Oh gosh.
For the podcast.
You really tore up this pillow.
I know I did. I sat all over. I've been sitting my lower back.
Anymore. Yeah.
I messed it up. We got to put some more fluff in there or something. We got to get an actual like lower lumbar support kind of thing.
Yeah.
There's a pillow that we have on Ashley's chair that
I won't even show it anymore because it looks like shit now.
Oh yeah, it's like
he tore it up.
It's a potato sack down. Yeah. I just messed it up. Anyway, the drink that we're drinking today is something that so it's not something new.
No.
We've actually had this, I think.
Wait, what do YouTubers do?
Great.
Lighting. You tilt it.
I don't know if anybody can even see this.
Oh, yeah, we got 2 cameras.
I'll put on the screen wherever there's a lot of space. But it's New Glarus Spotted Cow. I went through, since we've been taking a break, I went through and looked at. Oh, that was a missed opportunity for some asthma. But I went through and I looked up I made a list of all the different drinks that we've tried, which I don't know why I haven't been doing that since the beginning.
Gotta make a Google Doc.
Yeah, we gotta make a whole like Google spreadsheet, whatever.
Anyways.
But we've had this 3 times so far on the podcast, so can you tell that it's one of our favorites?
Yeah. I mean, we've also had like High Noon multiple times.
That's true. But we had the different types of High Noons.
Yeah, but I'm saying, we had High Noon.
Yes. Okay, so if you're new here, you know what we're about to do. Oh yeah, if you're new here, welcome. If you're not new, welcome back.
Thanks for returning.
Yes, thanks for returning. And
thanks for returning.
Who? We need to do our cheers. So if you know our cheers, join us to our health and healthy habits.
Ting. Should I be slamming in your hair?
Splash. So something that I realized that we hadn't done before, we would just say a drink that we have and then move on from there, like not do anything about that drink. So what I've done this time is I've actually done some research, because we drink this so much, but we didn't even really know like the background of it. Mm-hmm. So I did some very, like, you could do this research by yourself, and it, like, you just do a little Googling. So take it with a grain of salt, but at least you're right here. You can get some little tidbits. Mm-hmm. It's gonna be great. Anyway.
Gonna be great.
So yes, let's talk about what kind of drink this even is. It's a farmhouse ale. I don't know any other farmhouse ales. I think this is the only thing that they might have made this up for this actual thing, because I think they have like milk or something in it.
Really?
I didn't look that much into it.
That'd be kind of weird.
This is what it says on the New Glarus website. I have it right here. I made it. Farm cask conditioned ale has been the popular choice among brews since long before Prohibition. We continue this pioneer spirit with our Wisconsin farmhouse ale, brewed with the finest American malts. We even give a nod to our farmers. Naturally cloudy, we allow the yeast to remain in the bottle to enhance fullness of flavor. So if you see stuff floating around at the bottom of your like bottle of Spotted Cow, don't worry, it's just yeast. It's living stuff right in your drink.
Interesting.
Fullness of flavor, which cannot be duplicated otherwise. Expect this ale to be fun, fruity, and satisfying. You know you're in Wisconsin when you see the Spotted Cow. That's true, because this can only be sold in Wisconsin. Allegedly. We definitely seen some places in Chicago that sell Spotted Cow. I don't know if if it's on the hush hush, and I don't remember exactly where we've had it.
No, we've seen someone have it.
We've seen someone have it, but I can't remember what the bar is. I'm not going to out them either.
They never said it.
But yeah, sometimes you can find them outside of Wisconsin, but it's only supposed to be sold in Wisconsin. And the reason I found that out also, the reason that they do not sell this outside of the state of Wisconsin is because the owners say they don't want or need to deal with the Byzantine tax and distribution system that comes with selling their beers outside of their home state. So apparently, which I didn't even know this was a really like a big thing, but apparently every time that you sell a beer outside of like a locally, like I guess this state has their own like tax and stuff like that, but every single state has its own like alcohol tax and distribution like thing. So you have to pay that state's tax, or you have to do whatever. You have to like just
no
pay like distribution things for every single state that you're like every single area that you're doing selling stuff. So I get why there's like local breweries who are just like, we're not gonna do that.
Yeah, they're barely at like the stores in their town, like some of the local breweries.
So that's a little bit of facts about this beer. I also have some other facts. I kind of went off on the deep end when I was researching this, because this is called Spotted Cow. I had questions about cows. So I looked some fun facts up about cows. Actually, before I do that, if you want to know a lot more about the actual like New Glarus, like everything, they have a podcast.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, it just came out in 2022. They're about to. Well, I guess at the time of this taping for us, they're about to have hit like 2 years or 1 year. I don't know. It came out September 17th, 2022.
So 1 year.
Yeah, so they're about to hit their first year anniversary. And it's the owner of the brewery, Dan Carey. So it's the Daniel and Deb Carey are the couple that founded and they run it. Cool. So yeah, so and it's a 100% employee owned. So it's a pretty cool brewery thingy. So I bet you wonder where I've been. We've searched. Wait, what's the next line of that song?
I don't know.
Anyway,
I really don't know.
We've been so what happened? What had happened was, well, I don't know if you would agree with this, but I think what we had before we took our break, we had a lot on our plate that we just kind of kept on piling on.
Yeah. And
just like we felt like we could handle it, but then like at the end of the day, we just kind of like everything just kind of like piled up, and then we just froze or just got overwhelmed. Yeah, overwhelmed because we had a lot of stuff that we really wanted to do, and then things weren't kind of like launching at the rate that we wanted to. And so we had to kind of defeated. We felt defeated, so we kind of had to like sit down and just kind of like figure out what our priorities were, and we're still trying to figure those out. But at the end of the day, I think we wanted to keep up with something that we've been doing for a long time, which is the podcast. We've been doing this since 2020. So like this is one of the most consistent things that we've been doing since like early on in our relationship.
Yeah.
So it's like something that we really want to make the best that we can and just like continue to grow. Like
it's not going to be like our top like number one priority.
It's not. Yes, but I do.
We're trying to do other things.
Yes, and I kind of really wanted to use this as an opportunity to grow at other things. Like I want to do some stuff that's more creative on the outside, and if I can like kind of practice with this, because this is technically a hobby. Not technically. This is our hobby. If I can like get better at things here, then I can also use those skills elsewhere, which is I think that's a good way to like think about things. I don't know if you would say the same thing. So that's where we've been kind of just like
took a mental break.
Yeah, took a mental break, looked inward, see what we actually want to do, what we actually where we want to be. We haven't developed a 5-year plan yet. Like everybody says you got to develop a 5-year plan, but we have a 5-year gist.
Day by day. Okay.
Yeah, we have a 5-year gist of where we want to be. Like we're like in 5 years we kind of want to be doing like this kind of thing. But we don't have a step-by-step plan because
no.
That seems a little bit more overwhelming there too, because it's like, okay, well by December we have to get this done. It's like but also we have our like 9 to 5 jobs that we have to like be doing, but then it's also like every waking moment.
It's hard because like after work we want to relax, but we can't relax some days. Sometimes we have to like actually do something after work. And we're already like over it mentally. Yeah, it's overwhelming, and it's just like sometimes it's like you can't just work 24/7 and still be like, okay, well I have time for my friends and family. Like it seems like you're just like working nonstop, and then you're just kind of like exhausted. So when you like want to turn up and show up for your friends, you're kind of like mentally exhausted, and then it's like, well, what's happening? The route that we're taking is going to be even harder what we're doing now. So.
Yes. So
we suck it up and do it.
Yep. So it's gonna be a journey, and
a lot of coffee.
Yes, a lot of coffee, a lot of
energy drinks.
I think at the end of the day too, because we wanted to be more organized, I think that's gonna help us a lot. Just like breaking everything down and just being like, okay, well, realistically, what can we do this week? And then break it down and do it like that.
Day by day, and then hour.
Day by day, hour by hour, second by second. We're gonna get this done. And you're gonna join us. You're gonna be there with us.
Minute by minute and then seconds.
Minute by minute. I skipped the minutes. Because I don't believe in minutes. Every second counts. It's not every minute counts. Wait, what's the thing? You were watching all the TikToks about the bear Is it every second counts or every minute counts?
I don't remember.
They put it on that board.
I don't remember. They kind of go by it fast.
Okay. That's basically, we're going to watch The Bear, because we've heard some really good things about it. And then we're going to base our business growing ideas off of that. But we're going to call each other chef every time, because it's out of respect. I know I've seen that one scene. I call you chef because it's out of respect, like whatever.
Yeah. Even when they're mad.
Thank you, chef. That's where we've been. We're trying to take it like a little bit at a time. Like, we have a lot of goals. We've written down and like have a lot of goals like going in our heads, but we haven't broken it down on how we can do each goal. Like, it feels, from what it feels like now, we're like, we want to reach all of our goals in like a couple years. Like, that's what it feels like, and so that's what's been overwhelming us. But we're like, I just hit 29. You're just 30. Like, we still have our whole lives ahead of us. So it's like we have to kind of like get our long-term, short-term, like, stuff that we want to do now
separate. We just clump everything together.
Separate, yeah, because we're like, basically our timeline is, okay, well, we
need to get a house. We want to build our forever home. We want to start a business. We want to do that. It's like, okay, what can we do in the next 2 years?
Like, what we have to do is like, what is the thing that we can do that will spring us towards that other goal? But we haven't gotten to that yet. Yeah. We're just kind of like, but we want it all. We want it all right now. It's just, I've been hearing a lot of things where people are like, okay, well, our generation is coming to terms where like, they're like, okay, well, you can have the American dream. And then we look around and we're like, we can't afford the American dream because everything's like super expensive. Right. And so like, now we're coming to terms with like, okay, well, then what can we have? Like, what What do we want? What can we have?
Single family homes are kind of like impossible. So like, okay, we'll do a duplex. So we can't do this right now.
Right, we can't live alone anymore. Like, living alone is not cost effective. Yeah. Like, so having like,
it's like, do you want to be house poor or rather not?
Like, we don't necessarily want roommates, but like, if we have family who's helping us out, then like, that's a better option, that kind of thing. Yeah. So it's like, we just have to pivot. We're in the entire, like, our entire society has been like, no, just go out to the suburbs. Make extra money. Yeah, right. Go make out extra money. Go out to the suburbs, get in an exorbitant amount of debt. I don't know how to say that word. Get a shit ton of debt, and then pay us for the rest of your lives. And then that's the American dream. And it's like, I don't want to do that. Right. I don't want to do that. And they're like, well, too bad. You were born in America. And they're like, no. That's terrible. So we have all of these goals. We have this big bowl of goals that we're just sitting here and we're like, how we're going to eat this? But what we need to do is portion it out. And just be like, okay, we're going to eat this. And that leads to that. And then get that little...
And now it's like trying to start like 3 businesses at once.
Yes. Yeah.
That's going to be interesting.
And not having ever started one. So that's
luckily, one of us has like a course that that we can follow.
Yes, so. you have like a roadmap, that kind of thing. And I have a dream. Yeah. My dream.
Well, you don't even know which path you want to take with that dream. You have 2 routes, and you're like, I don't know which one yet.
Oh, I have a few. But I think the thing that I told you this yesterday. I think my guiding light is gonna be, I want to get good at what I love, and not just work at what I'm good at, because not necessarily what I'm good at is something that I love. Like that kind of thing. I've been doing CAD drawings and things like that all my life. It's like since the freshman year of high school, so like over 10 years ago. Not over 10 years, almost 15 years ago. So a long time. And I'm good at it because I've been doing it for so long. But it's like, before that, I wanted to be a cartoonist. I wanted to draw like cartoons and like comics and all that kind of stuff. And then it's literally, I had people, I won't name anyone, but anyone in particular. But people were like, well, you're not going to make any money off of that. People don't make money off of comics and that kind of thing. And then like, now I'm staring at people who are like graphic designers and doing all this stuff. I'm just like, I could have done that. Like $2+ grand on one project, and it's like, get like $10,000 for a logo. I'm like, I could have been doing that.
Right, but you wouldn't have met your friends. And everybody,
though. Yeah, I wouldn't have met.
Your college roomies.
Yeah, and everything like kind of has its own trajectory, and everything happens for a reason. Yeah. I do believe that there's like this is a journey, and it's not necessarily everything can be planned out. But like if you kind of like if I go back to like that guiding light that I wanted, like I knew I loved to draw, and then I kind of was just like, well, I'm not gonna make any money. Like people have told me you're not gonna make any money drawing, so I just stopped. And it's like don't.
And look at you now.
Yeah, now I'm starting to draw again. I love it, and I've been drawing like every single day.
Look how much better you've gotten since.
Yeah, and it's just like this has only been like it's been 8 months.
Yeah.
9 months.
Something tickled me.
Uh-oh. And I've gotten a lot better, and like I'm getting better every single day that I draw. I'm like, I could have been doing that for like my whole life.
Yeah.
So, it's
But at least you have like people around you that you can ask, like, how do you like do this like as a freelancer?
Absolutely. And
so,
I do want to
you have to like actually ask. You can be like, I'm gonna ask, and you don't ask.
Yeah, most of my life.
You're like, I really want to do that. And it's like, okay, well then freaking ask, like, where do you like, how did you start?
Yeah, and I don't know where this comes from, but I think most of my life I've been allergic to like asking for help. Literally all throughout college, I could have been going.
Then you just avoid everything.
Yeah, and then that's also another thing. I avoid problems until they're like staring me in the face. They're this like giant 800-pound gorilla that's gonna punch me in the face, and then I'm like, oh, okay, I guess I should do something about this. And then like I could have been tackling this problem like as soon as I knew about it, you know, instead of just being like, I'll just ignore it, pretend that everything's okay. So, but it's I'm growing up. I'm still growing up. I'm almost 30, but I'm still growing up.
I know. I'm about to be 31. Still growing up.
The extended adolescence that people talk about. So I think that's a good explanation of what we've been struggling with. I mean, honestly, we've like just thinking about like how. It
doesn't help that we're like also thinking about like family. Like starting a family, we're like, we can't afford a kid.
Well, yeah.
Like,
and there's also
at all anytime soon.
I think that's also something that we struggle with too, because we're like we need everything to be 100% stable to be able to like bring anyone else into this world, that kind of thing. But it's like I don't understand. Like I guess we just want our world to be stable. Yeah. We don't need the outside world to be stable. We want our world to be stable so we can be like, okay, we're not worried about essentials.
Right. We're not scared or not nervous we're not going to have enough money for like diapers or we have to ask, certain things. Just like we're able to afford our child and not stress.
Yes.
Like I don't need like $5,000 in the account. You know what I mean?
Necessarily.
Yeah, I'm just saying like.
Yes.
I just want to be comfortable to a point where we have like our home.
Right. And we're
not living with not like living the same place as my parents. We have our own unit, like we have our own space.
That's true.
And not feeling cramped.
Yeah. It is funny too because it's like it takes a village, but it's also you kind of do want to be able to have your
own bubble,
your nest. Like you can be raised in a village, but like at the end of the day, like having your own like area, like I don't know what I feel like nobody knows the best way to like raise a child.
Yeah.
Like there's some people who have the most stable of households, everything's good, everything like that, but then the child is like horrible.
Yeah, the child is that more interesting human.
Yeah. So and then there's children who come up from like a lot of children who come up from like
terrible
households, like but like they got a lot of love, that kind of thing. And then they become like this huge like icon, that kind of thing. So it really is, I think at the end of the day, like, yeah, we want to be comfortable enough. But I think like everybody has been telling us, they're like, you'll never be ready for everything.
I mean, we talk about more we say like we're like close to being ready, but it's also like we want to enjoy our life before we can't go. I'm like, you want to go book a flight somewhere,
Yes.
or you want to.
Yes. Because I mean, you obviously you have to be limited when you have someone to take care of.
Yeah.
Which is why we don't even have pets. We're like, we don't want to like drop a pet off at somebody's house. We do like to be like to have that kind of freedom of just like, oh, you just want to, this weekend we're free, we don't have anything on the schedule, you want to like drive somewhere,
right?
Like if we had a child, you want to drive somewhere, okay, hold on, let's spend a whole hour and a half packing all the bags,
just their stuff,
pack all that stuff. I mean, I guess obviously we'll probably have a system if we are those parents who want to travel a lot. We'll have like a go bag, that kind of thing, and we'll be able to, like, we'll have a systems set up, but it's just like we're not ready to set that up yet.
Yeah, and also we'll be the first of our friends to have a baby.
Yeah, out of everyone, yeah, that's true.
Out of our friend, yeah, our group of friends now.
Yes, yes. So, but I mean, we were the first to get married, so it kind of, according to the entire societal chronological order, it makes sense. But yes, anyway, I don't know. We got a lot of stuff going on.
Yeah.
But we're back, and we're happy to be talking to you again while we're going through this. Peeps, our drinkers. I don't remember what we called them.
They didn't have names. You were trying to. I think you gave them a long name, and I didn't like it. You're supposed to think of something.
I think I said libationites.
Yeah, and I was like, gross.
No, it doesn't.
I was like, I guess he'll stay.
I mean, that's the audience that we like to have with us, like drinkers, people who drink. So drinkers. I think that's an okay name. But so we're changing again another segment. We used to call it Spice Cakes because I randomly said it one time, but I don't think it kind of works with our the whole vibe of the podcast. Yeah. Which you made a good. Well, you asked me why the first time. You're like, why Spice Cakes? And I was like, well, why not?
Yeah, you're like, why not?
Because I said it.
That's okay.
And now when I'm thinking about it, I'm like, that has nothing to do with drinks and libations. So we're gonna call this spicy section of the podcast. Bar talk, because that's what you talk about at bars sometimes, is other people and their drama. Bar talk.
Okay. Gotcha.
I listen to Star Talk Radio with Neil deGrasse Tyson, and we're the opposite end of bar talk. And we don't talk about anything smart. We talk about other people's wedding drama. So here we go.
I mean, it's the best.
It's so good. I think we're gonna keep it at we're gonna keep it a little bit low this time. We're gonna keep it a little bit mellow this time. I'm just gonna do one. All right, here we go. I got one for you. It's Am I the Asshole? So get ready. We're back to a classic wedding one. Am I the asshole for not going to my sister-in-law's wedding due to her dress code? I almost said crest dode. Anyway, I, 25 female, am having a conflict with my husband's sister, 36 female. She is getting married in 2 weeks, and her dress code is incredibly complicated to adhere to for me. It is black tie, long sleeves, and floor-length gowns. The conflict happened because I am currently 34 weeks pregnant and overheat very quickly, and the wedding is entirely outside.
Oh, no.
In the middle of the day in southern USA where it is incredibly hot. Yes. I can't imagine. It's like 98 degrees out here. We're in the north.
What is wrong with this girl?
I cannot be in long sleeve, floor length gown in the heat for 8 hours. I could barely be.
8 hours?
I'm not even, what was it, 8 months? How many, 34 weeks pregnant?
34. So,
Not even 34 weeks pregnant, and I overheat.
She's like
over here.
7 months.
Look, I'm wearing short sleeves right now. I'm already overheating. Anyway, I have sent her a few dresses to try to compromise, which I will link in the comments for further information, but she is completely adamant about exactly what she wants. I told her yesterday that I cannot attend her wedding if she is not going to budge even slightly on the dress code. I told her she has the right to have her wedding exactly how she wants it, for it to be her perfect day, but I have the right to look out for my own health.
That's true.
Also, you don't want to overheat a baby.
Right.
You're like, it's already cooking in your womb, right? You don't want to like overcook it.
And she's acting like that. She'd be like, she took my shine.
Yeah, right.
She fainted at my wedding.
Right. If a pregnant woman faints at your wedding, then she's like, I was upstaged by my pregnant sister-in-law. She freaked out at me and told me I was being incredibly selfish. Why does everybody who's being selfish call everybody else selfish?
Right. Because they're crazy.
Literally every single time we read these, you're so selfish. And that for once it isn't about me and my fucking baby.
Oh, wow. She's jealous. She's jealous.
Which she only said because she's jealous. I'm having the first grandchild, and she felt like she should have had a baby before me and my husband. What? Oh my God. This is why we don't have. This is why we're not having a kid. No, I'm just kidding. No. Right now. Since then, my husband's side of the family has told me I'm being selfish and to just compromise one day to keep the peace. I don't think I should need to compromise my health for her wedding. Am I the asshole or being unreasonable? No. Here's a few examples.
Let me see. Okay,
that's pretty nice. Yeah,
right.
Like there's like a mesh.
It's black. It has like butterflies. Looks like.
Yeah,
and then like it's like a cape. I would say.
Yeah, there's like mesh. Yeah, it's like a mesh cape kind of thing. But it's like
that's elegant. That's black tie attire.
Yeah. Dress 2. That looks a little bit hot actually, but
right, like, but it still has sleeves.
It's still like length like that kind of thing. I don't know, like I wonder what the bride was. And she's even like poking. Yeah, I have no idea. Like also black in the South. Like, are you like how much shade?
What's wrong with those?
Yeah, so this one's navy blue. And it says maternity. So
what's wrong with those? I'm so confused.
Yeah, so it's like maternity dresses. The first one would be
like the best.
Right. Yeah. Like I don't know. Yeah. No. Definitely. It's like okay. Well, this is okay. So there's explanation of why they might be the asshole. I feel like I could be in the wrong by being selfish and adding to the stress of her day. But no, you're literally trying to not faint at a wedding in the South with like almost 100-degree weather if it's like coming up if it's happening near like now.
You're not being an asshole.
It's like not the asshole grabbing popcorn and waiting to see how many people actually adhere to said dress code. Please let us know. I mean, to be honest, yeah,
a lot of people don't.
I don't get. Well, yeah, that's the thing also with like dress codes. I feel like in weddings, like if you 100% want to like figure out like control an entire like group of people,
make a simple dress code.
Yeah, and you'll find out very quickly if you're like you have like this vision of your perfect wedding. I don't know if we've become like just a wedding advice podcast right now, like for like these kind of things. I just like listening to like all the drama of people's weddings.
Same.
We tried to have as little drama as possible at ours.
I think we did.
We had a little bit. No, we didn't really. We had it's
my
just
dad's
superficial
then,
kind of stuff.
Our room, that was it though.
Yeah, it was just like it wasn't. It wasn't. It didn't ruin the night.
It wasn't unexpected.
It didn't ruin the night.
All right, sorry. But yeah, that is a hot mess.
But like with dress codes, I think the easiest way to not like freak out at your wedding, or not even like, this is what you're wearing. Like, I know there probably are some bridezillas out there who are like choosing dresses for every single person, which I don't know, huh?
I burped. So excuse me.
Oh, that you said. What do you mean? I was like,
I know. For the guests, you mean, or?
Like maybe even going in that far into like for the guests and that kind of thing.
Or are you talking about for like bridesmaids? Because usually
bridesmaids usually you'd say yeah, which I get that, but like also like you were flexible. You're like not every dress is gonna match with every person's like body type.
Yeah, I just gave them a color and I was like,
yeah.
I should. Well, actually, it was same dress. It was like simple, kind of like what I'm wearing for Emily's, and then they had different colors.
Yeah,
which I could have just gave everybody their color and then like. Whatever dress you want.
Right. Like she literally said, I think, let me read it again. It said like floor length.
Yeah, and they were all floor length besides that last one.
Yeah, but it was still like right next to it's not like it's up like her leg. It was like down to her ankle. Yeah. At least. Black tie, long sleeves, and floor length counts. So I
don't get why she wants long sleeve though. Like why does it matter?
I don't
when it's Southern.
right? Also, you're in the South. If you want that kind of thing, like long sleeve. Yeah, right? Like, and then she's also probably going to be upset when everybody swept out their makeup.
Right.
That kind of thing is like, everybody wear waterproof makeup, so we're all good. And it's like literally just caked in, like, like what happens with waterproof? I never even asked about that. When you have waterproof makeup, what happens when you sweat?
I think it still comes off.
It comes off, yeah, because it's coming underneath the makeup, so it's probably sliding off the. It's supposed to be like if you're crying or if like water hits it, that's waterproof, but like underneath. So yeah, so everybody's faces are gonna be sliding off. Sliding off. Yeah, melting off. And then she's gonna be like, "Why does everybody look so bad? Like in my hot ass wedding, like it's so I can't like." And also, it's one of those things. It's like control. Whereas like I understand, like you definitely had a vision for your wedding, and our wedding. And we executed it pretty much like as realistically as we could.
Yeah. Only thing I would redo is just the venue. That's it. Even though I loved it, but I would have got something much smaller and had less people. Yeah. Sorry, guests that were there.
Yeah, which we loved everybody who like. I'm glad everybody who went there, but yeah, it would have been a lot less stressful, I guess, if we had fewer people. But,
live and you learn.
Yeah.
But anyways,
we're only gonna have one, so we did what we could. But yeah,
we're gonna end it here, guys.
Yeah. So we've been drinking Spotted Cow. If you want to like look up more about it, definitely like we'll put on Facebook like the guy's podcast. I haven't even listened to it yet, but I might listen.
I'm not allowing him to put the whole paper he had.
I'm gonna put some little cow trivia. Yes. I didn't get to do it at this episode, but I'm gonna put some cow trivia up there for you.
Yeah, you had a whole paragraph.
Oh, I have a lot.
Not a paragraph. You had a whole paper.
Oh, I have a lot. Just like when cows were domesticated.
We're done.
Anyway,
we're wrapping up. So this has been our Spotted Cow episode. Our third one. Right.
So our fourth actually, because we did 3 before this. And we do have a question for you. Just like how Spotted Cow is only produced locally, do you have any beers that you know of, or even drinks that you know of that are produced locally to you that we should try?
Yep.
We should drive out there, hopefully in the U.S., and try.
Yeah. Yep. I got this. So in the next episode, we will be drinking Trader Joe's jalapeno lime margarita. I'm excited. It's my favorite. Thanks for listening. Eventually, you'll be watching. Right?
Yes.
Okay.
No. Yeah. I'm gonna.
Eventually.
Not eventually. I'm gonna make sure that this has a video element with it.
Thanks for listening and watching. Please comment, rate, and subscribe. You can find us on Spotify.
I'm still working. We had a little bit of distribution errors. Hopefully, by the time this comes out, it'll be fixed. But if not, Spotify is probably the best place to go.
Yeah. Okay. But Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and any of the streaming, right? Streaming.
Yes. I'll have it figured out by then. Yes.
Okay. I'll just stay on Spotify and all the other streaming podcast platforms. Please share with your friends and family, and we will talk to you next time. Bye.